Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting infinite hour. I am
Yeah.
Geek. As always, we have the world famous, best looking Canadian, Brad, the DC Universe Geek.
I so thought you were going to say Rob, the world famous Rob.
No, you're the famous one on this one. And of course, Rob D. Toys, the best looking action figure photographer on Instagram. And now with new and improved, I like the way you've been practicing the.
Thank you.
I feel like you've been doing this. You're.
I've been doing my sleep practicing.
Yeah,
I gotta put on a show.
Yeah, look at this guy. The teeth kicking in early. I like what's happening.
I'm ready for this coming week.
We'll talk about that. Let's say hello to some of the friends in the chat. We got Josh from before. Amazing
What's up, Josh?
YouTuber, My DC Figures, Bongman.
Bongman.
Yeah, Bongman's there.
Bye.
Richard, Bully McGuire. I like that name. First one in the chat. Bully McGuire. Look at that face. Look at that icon. Tobes.
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Darth been funny if there was a movie with that.
Some really nice friends in the chat. We're at 34 people so far. So welcome. Thanks for joining us today, guys. And we have a jam-packed show.
Oh yeah.
Of heavily focused on toys, on DC action figures, which the show is mostly about. So
right. And would we really have it any other way?
We would
not. You want
not.
to have a show. The toys is like hands-on, awesomeness.
I gotta stop looking at my phone.
Are you looking at your phone? Look at your phone.
I was trying to post like, "Hey, come join us" type stuff.
Hey, feel free, dude. Brad and I can call for a few more moments.
We could do a selfie.
I'm good. I posted it.
All right, good. All right, guys. Well, first of all, how's everyone doing tonight? It's Claudio right there.
Claudio.
That guy's video is amazing. Claudio.
He's the man.
He's fantastic. Hello from Canada.
I'm doing what you were going to do, Rob. I took a selfie with us, and I'm going to post it.
What's
how's it going, everybody?
Yeah, how we doing, everyone?
No, how's the weather in? How do you say where you're from? Well, you don't have to say because I get it. But how is the weather? Like you've had flood watches, right?
Me or Brad?
You. I haven't had flood watches.
Yeah.
It's still cold.
So I am in Southern California, guys, and it has been weathery. This is the most weather we've seen in years.
Weathery.
Like
the weather outside is weather.
Yeah, like it's honestly, very disappointing because I do not live here for rain. I do not like the seasons. I do not want to see fall and the leaves change. I just want to see 75 year round. But we've had some weather. It's been okay. It was raining the past 2 days. It's been like a real winter. It's offensive.
Now, when you say winter, you mean spring, fall for us in the north.
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
There's no snow. There's no vortex or anything like that.
Yeah.
So basically, spring-like weather, I guess. You're right.
If you felt the kind of weather that I've got here and that Rob has sometimes, you just cry.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's cold. You go in the house. You're like, I wish I lived somewhere where the cold didn't hurt my face when I went outside.
Yeah, we have no
wind chill. Those masks are really good. Like that we all used to wear during COVID. Like I wear that when I go out when it's like blistering because it just keeps me warm. But Brad, do you guys get like really windy in March and October like we do?
It can be. It just depends on what's going on with the weather.
Yeah, like we get certainly really can be bad gusts of wind. Like today and yesterday, like it was like 40-mile-an-hour winds. So,
wow, what is that in kilometers? There's always a disconnect with my brain there.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't even mess around with kilometers. I mean,
yeah, but for me, it's been kilometers my whole life. I have no idea really how long a mile is.
I don't really know how long a kilometer is. So
we're right.
I no idea.
When I go to the States, all I know is I have to push the button on my car steering wheel that sets my speedometer to miles per hour instead of kilometers, and then follow the numbers on the signs.
Don't even get me started on kilograms. You know what I mean? It's,
but I go by pounds.
Oh, see, okay, we're fine.
See,
yeah.
I don't know how much a kilogram, and I know how much it is, but number-wise, but I can't visualize it, right? I can hold up a pound of sand and know that that's roughly a pound. I can hold up a kilogram of sand and I'm like, I don't know how much that is.
Before we continue, Rip Rocket Photography. This great guy, great photography. He's on Instagram, on Twitter. Shout out to Rip Rocket Photography. And he's a Trekkie. It's one of mine, guys.
One of your kind.
One of my kind.
Yeah, he's a Star Trek.
He's a Star Trek, that's right.
What was it? NIMBY?
Leroy Nimby. And you're so genuine too.
Thanks a lot.
For those of you who don't know, I'll tell the story again.
Tell the story again.
So my wife, bless her, she knows I'm a big Trekkie, hates Star Trek, won't watch it. So like a year or two ago, about 2 years ago, she comes up to me, she's like, sweetheart, I heard Leroy Nimby died. And I'm like, Leroy Nimby? Who? You mean Leonard Nimoy? And she's like, oh yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? Leroy Nimby? So yeah, that's the Leroy Nimby story. By the way, I will say my stories are like really short. My wife, man, she spins a yarn. It's like a story with details. Like when I tell her like gossip or anything, it's like, I don't know, a few sentences. She's like, that's all you got? I'm like, well, yeah.
I was getting ready for this.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot. I don't do good with details, guys. I'm sorry.
Like, what do you think I'm from? Coronation Street? I don't have like a bunch of gossip that takes enough time to go down to the pub and talk about it or have like 2 cups of teas over it.
Right.
I'm a dude. I'm a man of few sentences. Except for
I can see you being a good gossiper as far as like telling a good story.
Well, sometimes I get like sidetracked and bungled. Like I am the real life equivalent of. So what I was saying to the guy, I saw him last Tuesday. And, oh, look, a duck. That's me. That's yeah. Oh wow, Blake Griggs left a gigantic message.
Wow. Well,
that's the biggest message ever.
Yeah, let's see this message.
What's up, Blake?
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Please.
Good evening, Rob D Toys. This Blake Griggs is just an early head of time reminder and letting you all know that we do need and want to see McFarlane Toys DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Wave toy line release Rupert, Thorne, and Candace, Two-Face, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, the Riddler, Bat, Bruce Wayne, and Dick Grayson, Barbara Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, the Penguin with a cigarette holder and an eye monocule. BTAS version figures, please don't forget and remember.
Candace.
That is a very passionate about
Blake.
What
there you go. You've been heard, my friend. I love those choices. Rupert
Thorne
and
I do
Candace.
Too. Rupert Thorne for sure.
All right, guys. Let's talk.
Rest in peace, Leroy.
Yeah.
Yes, Noah.
Leroy
Rest in. I keep looking here.
I know. We're all over the place, guys. We're all over the place. Before we get into the McFarlane stuff, which is the meat of the show, obviously, a couple of things wanted to talk about. So first, our very own Brad, the DC Universe Geek, had the pleasure of attending the premiere of that one superhero movie, Shazam. Yes, so Brad's going to give us his spoiler-free review and experience at the premiere. Take it away, Brad.
First off, how's it going, Claudio? And AJ met 2 fantastic folks there in person from McFarlane Toys. So that was just as much of a highlight for me as it was the movie.
Nice.
So I just want to get that out there first. It was fantastic meeting you 2. So what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear my experience or do you want to hear
the whole setup? I want to hear from the time you got the invitation, your emotions, everything.
You asked for it. You wanted to see it. All right. So what happened was I got the invite from somebody at McFarlane Toys. I want to leave her name out of it. That way I'm not, publicizing it. I got the invite and she's like, hey, do you want to go? And I was like, heck yeah, I want to go. That sounds like a really fun time. I've never been to a premiere of a movie, let alone a movie that like I'm definitely going to really like. So my wife and I, to condense with the rest of the communications, we went to the premiere and we were like, okay, well, it's in Toronto and that's about an hour and 45 minutes from our house where, from how far we had to drive. So we were like, well, I've never been to one before. What do we got to do? Like, what entails going to a premiere? Should I dress up? Am I going to be underdressed or overdressed? What do I do? I mean, you guys you remember I was messaging you guys kind of freaking out. Like, what do I do here?
Yeah.
Because I'm just I'm a scruffy bum. Look at me. This is what you see is what you get. So we decided to go early, go to the theater, check in, talk to the folks there, and ask them what we should do, because
So how early did you get to the theater?
we got to the theater at like 1:30 in the afternoon.
Which is okay. And the premiere started what, like 7?
Premiere was supposed to be at 6, but it ended up being like 7.
Okay, it's not bad. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
like the invitation said 6, but it was actually 7. So we get there. I find a nice man changing the posters, in the glass poster cases in the hall there, right? And they're setting up everything. It's not even set up yet. Like there's some things that are ready to go, others are not. And I'm like, okay, so I've never been to one of these before. I'm here to see Shazam, and what should I do? When should I come back? And he was like, well, actually, what time is it? 1:30? Maybe you should just stay here because it's going to get pretty crazy soon. And I was like, really? But I'm hungry. What do I do? Like, can I eat out here in line? He goes, oh yeah, go get yourself some food, a pizza or whatever. I was like, pizza? Is there beer here? Can I drink the beer out here? He was like, oh yeah. So I was like, all right.
Now, are they serving this, Brad, or is it like
no? They have like
okay.
the in theater,
Gotcha.
places where you can buy food and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, well, I guess this is happening. I'm here for the day, which kind of sucks because I did want to go to the Silver Snail first because I haven't been in years. It's like a old school, popular, like a famous comic shop in Toronto. Everyone that reads comics and collects figures pretty much knows about the Silver Snail. It's like the destination. So I wanted to go. I hadn't been in years. I couldn't go. That kind of stank. So I come back. And here I am sitting in the Warner Brothers executives chairs, right? Because they hadn't shown up yet, but they had the table set up for them. And I was like, where am I supposed to eat? And the guy said, you could just sit there. Just don't spill your pizza on the table. I was like, okay, well, I'm trusting myself to not spill pizza where the Warner Brothers people got to sit. And I didn't, thankfully.
And Brad, did you find out later that this guy didn't even work there? It just gives you all that.
No, he worked there. I almost saw a fight. There were some people that were upset with each other while they were like setting up, and these were just like they were theater employees. They weren't Warner Brothers people.
Okay.
And the one guy was like, they were trying to move these big heavy cases that have like, I don't know, sound gear or tech gear, lights and stuff, all kinds. The big, they have like the latches, like those big.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're moving these big heavy cases. It takes 2 people, and the one guy is getting like frustrated with the other fella, and he said something to him. I didn't hear what he said, but all I heard was, yeah. And don't disrespect me ever again, man. I'm serious. For real. Don't ever disrespect me again. And I'm thinking, well, that's what people say just before fights happen.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. And so they're going back and forth. And I'm just standing there like, I've got my beers. I got to wait for my pizza and my wife's poutine. So I guess I'm going to have to put these down and maybe get in the middle of that. And then thankfully, they didn't try to kill each other. So I didn't die. That was nice. Anyway, long story short, I'm waiting in the line and nobody really showed up. There was like a few of us, right? Yeah. But nobody really started showing up until like 3:30. And then it started to get busier as time went by. So I was just there drinking beers in the line. Like I just kept going and getting more than pint cans, right? Over the day. I think I had 4 while I was waiting in line, 1 in the theater. And I met a nice fella. I took a selfie with him and we spent a lot of the time. There was a leak in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And they had a bucket under it, right? But they promptly removed the bucket before any of the celebrities came, right? Because it's like they don't want a water bucket that catches drops when the celebrities are coming. They're like, hey, Zach, watch out for the bucket. Don't trip over the bucket with the water. So I spent the whole time after they moved it, watching these drops, like thinking, is it going to hit someone? It's going to hit someone soon. And people kept walking under these friggin' drops, and they would just miss them. They'd like, bloop. I'm like, oh, it's going to hit someone sometime. But now the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you're in a lineup from 1:30 to 7, you have to find some way. Yeah, you got to entertain yourself somehow, right? So anyway, when the time finally comes, the Warner Brothers executives come out, like the people with the Shazam t-shirts and stuff like that. And they by this point they've put the line out and they put the line with the whatchamahoozle, like the posts and the do not cross line, one step away from like cattle wire that you get a shock. The press were over there waiting to get pictures, in the fancy section. And I just wanted to go and sit down by that point because my feet were sore and my back was sore and I'm kind of old and sore. So
take a seat, you know?
Yeah, well, I didn't sit down on the floor. I stood the whole time.
Wow.
The only time I sat was when I sat in the chair and tried not to spill my pizza, on the Warner Brothers people's table. So they show up, they line us all up, and then they begin to call us in. They give us our tickets because like you didn't come with anything, right? They have to check your name off of a list, and they gave us a toque and a shirt, like promotional toque and shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, none of which fit me because on account of me being a big guy. So they only had an extra large t-shirt. I can only fit my left breast in one of those in my tummy. That's it.
Man.
I can't.
I'm a 2XL guy myself, so
I'm a 4XL.
you know. Yeah, but you're in Canada. It's got the metric system. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, you're too kind.
Come on.
You're the kindest bullshit I've ever met. Because I've shopped in the States and it's the same. And then the hat was like I have a large noodle, right? Like this is a huge hat. So I put this toque on and it's like, and I can feel my entirety of what's under my hat, my skull getting sucked up into this toque like it's a suction cup. I'm thinking, well, that's not going to work. So I pulled it up and I couldn't, they had a nice like Shazam logo on the front.
Yeah.
I had to unfold it and wear it like a droopy hat like this because it was too tight otherwise. But everyone got the same sizes. So some people wearing these toques on their heads and they look like drunken sailors. Like, they have like that small toque that's kind of like rolled, well, I guess this is a bad, this toque is huge no matter how you look at it, but you know what I'm talking about? Like the little toque that's rolled up and it's above the ears. They all had that look. So anyway, so we're told, okay, we'll go to theater 7. Like, okay, we'll go to theater 7, I guess. And you go back here, you get some Skittles, and then like, all right. So, my wife and I are trucking it through. We had a chance to stay behind and meet Zachary, but it was like meet Zachary and fan over him, which I don't do. Like, people are just people. He's a guy that took part in a great movie, but he's just a person.
Yeah.
Or go get good seats. And it was like a no-brainer to me.
Ooh.
I'm here to watch a movie. I want good seats.
So you could have met the whole cast? Like they were like...
Well, there was Lucy Liu and it was Zach that were there. That's it.
Okay.
And I shouldn't say that's it. There are 2 very important cast members, but it was only 2 of them. So none of the other family was there. It was just those 2 at the Canadian premiere. So I'm like, okay, I'll truck it to my seat. And I'm walking up and there's this great big, like a picture of Zach's head made out of Skittles, right? It's the Cap's head made out of Skittles, yellow and orange and whatnot. And I was like, wow, that is the coolest thing I've seen probably almost ever. That's amazing. And I want to eat some of it. I knew that I shouldn't because I would get in trouble, so I didn't. But then you see another table and there's a bunch of people standing there, right? A couple people. And the table is covered in Skittles. Just like big bags of Skittles. Like they weren't like loose Skittles. Like, I mean, there were bags of like Skittles, big bags. And I was like, right. I just didn't want you to imagine like a table just like covered in.
Yeah, just I'll
take them loose. So I'm walking up and I'm like, so are these Skittles for us? Can I have one? And they're like, yeah, go take one. And I was like, ha, made off like a raccoon. And then, so by this point, the idea of going to theater 7 was lost on me. I was like, I wasn't thinking about that. I just was like, oh, there's a big Shazam statue. Zach is over there with the statue with his finger out like this. It's like, pull my finger. I'm like, I'm going to pull that statue's finger. So off I go right to the statue. I figured that had to be the place that we go.
Sense.
Right. So then I go, I take some pictures with the statue. I pull his finger. I get under the cape. For a joke, I cup his junk just like it was done in the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Like it was all like funny, try to be stupid, funny pictures. And then we got in the theater. I'm like, why is nobody in here? There's only like 5 or 6 people here. Cool. I get to pick whatever seat I want. So we got second row from the top in the IMAX theater in the middle.
Dude.
That's awesome.
Like some of the best seats we were right behind the row where all the Warner Brothers people were supposed to sit.
Early bird. Yes, look at you showing up a few hours early. That's
right. That's right. So we sit down, we get our seats, and then people begin to come in annoyed. Like 15 minutes later, they're like, they come in and you can see them doing this. This is better than theater 7. You can watch it in here. I'm coming here. And it turns out there was a cock up Theater 7 was the overflow theater.
Oh,
not the main theater.
Dude,
So-
that sucks.
Right. So all these
For some people, not you. You know.
well, but the thing is, if I paid more attention and I wasn't so ADD, I would have been
Yeah.
like, which one's Theater 7? Over there. Oh, but there's a statue. Well, let's go see the statue that's way over there for some reason, and then follow the rules and go to theater number 7. No, I was just like a moth drawn to the flame, and I just accidentally ended up in the right theater with some of the best seats in the house.
Well
Anyway.
done, sir.
Yeah. So anyway, so without wrecking the movie now we're on to the movie spoilers. Sorry for
Spoiler
everyone who sat through this mess. but
Light. Hey man, that's the context, bro. We love to hear this behind. None of us. I've never been to a premiere. It's great just to hear like the mechanics behind it. You know?
And also Claudio, how just before I get moved, how I bumped into Claudio, I was like, I should probably pee one more time, because you know what happens if you don't pee one more time when
Gotta
you go to
get
watch
that
a
one.
movie,
Yeah.
then you miss the important part because you have to get up and go have a pee. It's like the one piece of dialogue that is like the most important piece of dialogue in the whole movie, and you're like, I'm just having a wee, just hold up, pause the movie for a second. So I was like, I'm just gonna pee first. And then I maybe took the time to treat myself to another can of beer. Don't judge me.
First of all, you're very bold with how much beer you're drinking at this thing. But it's like
Well-
I would still be peeing like 20, 30 minutes later after drinking all this beer and stopping. So I think
Yeah.
we'll start. You know what I mean?
The key was I was dehydrated before by accident. It just happened to work
Oh.
out. Yeah. So yeah, and I think I had some Heinekens and some friggin' blue, not blue light. Anyway, going way off to the side here. So as I'm leaving the theater to go to the bathroom and grab my beer, there's Claudio. And if you go to the imagery, like for McFarlane Toys and also for Warner Brothers, you can see some of the pictures that he took, because he had the Shazam figure and he's like posing it on the statue. And I'm thinking, well, that's really creative. He puts the figure on top of the statue and takes an awesome picture. And what do? I pull one of my pictures. My pictures aren't even fit to post on Instagram. I swear to God, I haven't posted them. One of them, I'm holding Shazam's finger and going, yeah, there you go. So he took that picture that night. And on Warner Brothers, there's a bunch more pictures that he took. And I was just amazed that, like, I was too excited to even think like that. My brain doesn't work that way. Like, I'm like too much overload. And he was like taking pictures. Anyway, so I bumped into him. We had a good chat on the way back. I bumped into him again and talked to him and AJ. So that was the sum total of everything that happened before that I think was interesting enough to talk about in the movie without wrecking it.
One last thing. Do you get free
Oh.
popcorn, free drinks?
Yes, we did. You know this, and
Ooh.
you're like, you're catching my dumb brain, aren't you?
No. I did it, but I'm very curious.
Yeah. Okay,
All
we
about the
did.
snack.
Yes, we did. We got, well, the free bag of Skittles and then a pop and a popcorn, of which I did not drink the pop because I was already risking it drinking a beer in a
Yeah.
2-hour
Mhm.
movie. So I just left the pop, and the Skittles hurt my face. I spent 3 days after the movie with a sore mouth because Skittles are
Ooh.
good when you have a few, right?
Yeah.
But nobody on the planet should be eating a big bag at once. And the punishment for such things is right there. It's immediate. Your face hurts, your mouth hurts, your gums hurt from eating that many Skittles.
Roll, Brad. That's what. And Rob, we're just eating hard candy now. Like it's not probably advisable.
Well,
in large
Sk-
quantities.
Skittles is like semi-hard candy. It's like it's
It's
chewy.
pretty hard.
The
you
first
know?
well, do you eat them cold? Do you put them in the freezer first?
No.
You're in Cali. They'd be like soft just by default in the corner store, wouldn't they?
You would think so. Yeah, it'd be a little. I'm sorry. We're getting way out.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Brad,
so the
Shazam
movie.
review. I
know,
The audience. I'm sorry.
I'm terrible. This is why people don't watch my reviews.
No, it's my
Look at
fault.
that.
I'm going to you on with the
77,
popcorn
and we have
question.
more people watching, and they're like, I can't do this. I feel like I'm watching one of his stupid
Last
reviews.
question. Did anyone
Oh.
think you were a sleazy producer and try to come on to you or anything like that?
Yeah, like 3 people.
I could see that.
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
totally looked like that. I did get a picture with some cosplayers,
Ooh.
which was fun. Yeah,
Okay.
I told them I was a Warner Brothers executive. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
I know.
I know, but
You were
but
there
I
with
could
me.
have if I was a jerk.
DC Geek, so obviously not.
I didn't
All
wear
right.
anything that identified me.
Okay, before we get to your review, what did the missus think about the movie?
She loved it. Yeah.
Okay.
She likes the Shazam character, and she likes the Shazam IP. Yeah, so she loved it. The bigger the spectacle also with her, the better. Like, she was one of those people that went like bananas when Avatar came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she loved
Okay.
Avatar. So now imagine how bright and colorful that is. So she liked Aquaman because
I love
Aquaman's
Aquaman.
big and bright and colorful, and it's a spectacle, right? She's not like deep. She doesn't go deep. She just wants it to be a fun time in the movies, and I guess I'm like that too. So yeah, she enjoyed herself. She was letting loose and like dancing a little bit and singing in the chairs and
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
she was wonderful. Okay, so the movie, onto the movie. I've said
Or,
that
or your
twice,
review, Brett,
but for
please.
real.
For real.
Okay, so how do I want to review this without ruining it? No spoilers. Okay.
Yeah, try to think about like what's been revealed in the trailers.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
know?
so you've seen the trailer where Wonder Woman is there, right?
We
No.
have. Yeah. Oh.
It's a trailer. Like it's if you haven't seen it, Rob, it's because you just haven't happened to see it. But like they've totally spoiled it in the trailer now.
Okay.
Like they showed Gal's face, so everyone should know that she's in it.
Yeah.
I will say that she doesn't play a nothing role. She's important to the story.
Okay.
Okay. So there's that. I'm not going to tell you how long she's in it or how much or how little or anything like that, but she's definitely important to the story. The family, you get to see more of the Shazam family being kids with superpowers, you know, which is really nice. Like, as in, like you see them as kids and then you see them doing their superhero thing, but you see them all as kids in the bodies of adult superheroes trying to navigate that a little bit and trying to marry the two together, right? Like how, like, let's look at Darla. Like Darla she's just a little girl, right?
Yeah.
And then she becomes a superhero. And so that was actually one of my favorite parts of the movie, watching how they tackled Darla, right? It was just so wholesome and so good. I really, really enjoyed that. Be prepared to I would say whatever you think about like the villains when you first see them, don't expect that it's necessarily going to go that way, at least for two of them. Like things change up a little bit with the villains for
Would
sure.
you say,
and
did they reveal too much in the trailers, or have
No.
you like not even seen
No.
anything?
no, at least from what I've seen of the trailers, I went into the movie not knowing what was going on. Like why were they having a conflict with these people, right?
Yeah.
Why was there a dragon? I went into it not really knowing what any of that was. And you really do have to watch the movie to get that. And the villains have depth, and the heroes, the protagonists have depth. Some of them are focused on more. Like obviously they focus more on Mary. She gets more screen time, which I know is bittersweet for the actress, because for her to have that screen time, the other actress was kind of hip checked out of there because she aged into the role.
Yeah.
As far as the story's concerned. They don't, I would have liked to see them maybe deal a little bit more with, for example, Pedro, more time with Pedro, stuff like that. But it is a big cast. And so how do you really give everyone a lot of character development time? Like you just can't. That's the nature of the beast. Some are going to be a bit more backgroundy than others, which is fine, right? It's everything's a give and take, a trade-off. If you want to give them more character development time, you're going to take it from the story or from another character's time. So I totally got that. The biggest thing for me, pardon?
How did you like the first one, I guess? Like, were you a big fan of the first one?
Yeah, I liked it, but I feel like this one was definitely better in some ways.
Yeah.
Definitely better. You know how the first one had like a bit of a theme on family?
Yeah.
Like finding where you belong, finding your place, finding your family, your people. This one here really did a good job of solidifying the idea of family, the bond between family, that you're not just going to be irrelevant to your family one day. You're not just going to age out of your family one day, but that the bond with the family can be strong and unbroken. So they really did a good job of that. I liked seeing how the actual family itself with the parents, right?
Yeah.
All worked together. That was really fantastic. And it was neat to see how the kids in the bodies of the superheroes, right? People with superpowers, decorated the Rock of Eternity, decorated their lair.
Yeah.
It was neat. It was very interesting, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. And there was one character. I do want to spoil one character. I can't remember if this was in the trailer, but there's a character in the movie, not really a character, but kind of, and it's the pen. That's all I'm gonna say. The pen is delight. I like the pen. The pen is delightful every time
I like
they get
these teases, Brad. I like these teases.
Yeah.
Were there any post-credit scenes we should be sticking around for?
2. There was 2. Stick around for 2 post-credit scenes.
Are they relevant? I guess I don't want to. I won't even ask my question. That's too spoilery. But
you know what? Okay. Without spoiling them,
yeah,
I would say, knowing where the new DC film universe is going,
yeah,
it has been, I believe, hinted to, tossed up in the air that based on the success of Shazam, whether or not Zachary and that whole crew will be spared the reboot and somehow worked into the new universe, that has been, I think, talked about.
Yeah.
So one of the end credit scenes kind of sort of deals with that, but it is also left a little open-ended that it could also just be nothing. It could just be a fun little cameo. Yeah, and then the final end credit scene, it's reminiscent of the end credit scene from the first one.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Did either of the end credit scenes feel like they were tacked on like recently, or is it hard to really tell?
I don't know. No, you know what? Because both of them seem to have context. Like it's assumed that the DC universe, as it was when the movie was first written, would still be moving forward as it was. That's what I got out of it, but I could be completely wrong. But there are 2 end credit scenes. One is after the end of the fancy credits, and the one is at the end of all the credits.
One thing I had a problem with in the first one was like Billy Batson. Is that his name?
Billy Batson.
Billy Batson. Like the kid, his personality and Shazam's personality, I don't feel like they're the same person at all. Like,
true.
Is that addressed, or does that play any better in this one?
They're about the same. Like, you know what it is when he says Shazam and becomes a superhero, he's like really goofy,
right?
And when he's the kid, he's kind of chill.
Yeah, he's like pretty serious as a kid, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He's pretty chill, right? Like he doesn't act as silly as he does when he's Shazam. So, I mean, yeah, that is still. I feel like that was still there. That didn't really bother me. It was just like, I'd be hyper excited too if I all of a sudden became a superhero, right? But that being said, if you didn't like it last time, I feel like it's still the same this time.
Okay, I still like the movie, and I'll definitely check this out. So, well, Brad, thank you so much. I think that's a good place. We didn't get into too many spoilers. So overall, sounds like a thumbs up from Brad, the DCU geek.
Oh, hold on. Can I get an answer from Brad if he would do any more kind of superpower? No, because someone asked twice actually. So
I know.
To answer. If I get anything new, then I will review it. But I've started the same video like 2 times already to deal with McFarlane superpower stuff, but there's always something else going on, and I haven't reviewed it yet. So eventually, someday, there'll be just probably a big superpowers video from McFarlane superpowers. As for Kenner, like I said, if I get anything new, then I'll review it. Maybe if I manage to get Cyborg, I'll review it. Yeah.
I like this comment. It's a Vin Diesel movie, all about family.
Well,
I love this
not
movie.
quite with that tone, but yeah.
But yes.
Sort of.
All right. Anything else you want to add about your experience, Brad, before we move on?
Hang on. Someone said, "Hey, Brad, I got a question for you." Did I miss that?
Oh, I think it was.
Or is that way up there? Did I?
Yeah, I think it was the Kenner question.
Okay, never mind. All right. No, go see it. Go see it. Give it a chance. If you're kind of him and Han on the fence about it, my opinion is go to the movie, expect nothing. Like, don't expect it to connect to anything. Don't expect it to be deep into the lore. Nothing like that. I would say just go there expecting to have a good time. If you can pick apart any superhero movie and there's things that don't make sense, right? Yeah. We all know that. So if you go to the theater and you walk out of the theater having not been like, what fucking time is it? Checking your watch every 10 minutes. You feel good. You have an endorphin, a bit of new endorphins going through your brain that you didn't have when you went in there. Then I think that the movie itself is good enough to go see for that. It's a fun spectacle, and it is worth the time of your evening to go and watch. Even if you go watch it on a cheap night, go watch it. Seriously.
Ooh, Liam has a great question. Compare it to Black Adam.
I would watch this over Black Adam. I really enjoy Black Adam. I like The Rock as Black Adam, and the action sequences were awesome. But I definitely appreciated the story of Shazam better. Serious moments mixed in with playful moments and stuff like that. I really enjoyed Shazam better. Yeah.
There it is. All right, my friends, there is Brad's Shazam review. So we will now move on to other topics of the evening. Let's go into one more non-McFarlane bit so that we can devote the rest of the show for McFarlane. James Gunn just announced today that he is directing Superman officially.
Yep.
And what do you guys think? What are your thoughts?
We're in good hands. Pardon, Rob? Sorry.
I was just saying I'm stoked. I mean, I liked his other movies, so I can't see that this being any different.
Yeah, I think we're in good hands. He's seen people get pissed enough, to know don't screw with things, I think. And I think we're going to get a Superman who we're going to fall in love with finally. That's what I believe it. I have a really good feeling. And the world is going to remember why they love Superman with this movie. I think he can pull it off.
I think I agree. I mean, especially with all the images he's sharing of like All-Star Superman.
Yeah.
The tone he's talking about. We might be in for something special here, guys. So
let's hope so.
Let us hope so.
You can't kick off the new universe with a garbage movie.
Right.
It better be good.
They got a lot riding on this movie. So.
They do.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into some McFarlane news. Starting off with the Flash movie wave, or we should just call it the Batman movie wave.
It is almost that to a lot of people, right?
I mean, pretty much. So, a couple of things. First, let's go ahead and I'll share the screen, and we'll open up the McFarlane page to talk about the figures. We never talked about the. They just revealed this last week, right? It's hard to keep track of.
No, it was real technically today.
Was it today?
Yeah.
And the pre-orders. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it leaked yesterday, but they did it today. I mean, we have other figures to talk about too, right? So
we do. Yeah, we'll start off with the Flash though.
This is the meat that everybody came for.
That's right.
Right. All right. First,
do you want to play his whole video, or do you want to play the whole video? They can hear it from the mouth of the horse.
Can I play sound on this?
Should be able to.
I can't even hear it. I don't think so.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You should be able to
Todd
stream.
McFarlane, and here's the Batmobile.
Yeah. This thing's pretty cool. It's a big car. It's all shiny, and
it does look amazing. Like I was a little worried at the promo photos that leaked that the the front wheel well area wouldn't be round enough. But when you see it in video, I think it looks fine.
I thought the canopy would look too fat from some of the pictures I saw.
Yeah,
but it looks great here.
The only thing with the canopy is it does look like it's a different color.
Right.
So that could be a factory thing. Who knows? But I was kind of upset like that he didn't show it slide because it can do that as well as lift up. I think it,
good
he
Batman figure
both ways.
Batman's pretty cool. Batman, we're going to be releasing this one too. You look for it over on McFarlane Toys, and we're just going to put Batman. He's got a cloth goods cape, so we could just put the Batman right in here. His legs go right underneath here. You just sit him right in the car. Got to bend him up like that. Bend his knees. He's in a rubber suit, so
him in here. He goes.
Oh, there you go.
You then clomp this, and all of a sudden you got Michael Keaton running around.
I wasn't far off, guys.
Doing his thing in his Batmobile. It also comes with a cool card. That will be in there. And if that's not enough, you got Batman Batmobile in it. We've also got a couple statues I'll sort of tease you with real quickly here. Obviously, Flash in the Flash movie, and a big Michael Keaton version of him too. So we're all excited about it. Hope you guys are too.
We are.
And we'll be telling you about some more cool toys.
I like the tires, man.
Yeah.
I think the tires look awesome.
I want to comment on your guys' comment on the canopy because I do have an answer.
Hey, everybody, Todd McFarlane, let's talk all things Flash movie.
I love Todd. He's awesome.
Let's keep watching. Brad, what's your comment about
that? Well, the Batmobile is made for 7-inch scale figures, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you can't fit two in the cockpit. Right. And so the original Batmobile you could. So I think the car, even though it looks awesome, and it doesn't look stubby or small to me, like nothing about it says this looks too small for the figure. in the same way that the Batmobile from the old Kenner Dark Knight collection was a little bit too small, one figure canopy. That's what we're running into here. And so technically the car, if you want to make it truly in scale with the figures, would probably be a little bigger. Yeah. Probably a little longer.
I would think you think a lot bigger, right? Like a lot longer?
Well, and wider.
And so that's why we have, because the canopy still has to be, if you remember, there was an issue with Keaton literally getting in the Batmobile because the canopy used to clip his horns, clip the ears, right? Well, that's what we're seeing here. It's actually the right height. When you put him in there, it's the right height. So the canopy is actually the right height. Everything else is a little bit smaller. That's what I think. I don't think it's too big. I think the rest of the car is just a tad too small.
Just to give a little perspective, here is the DC Collectibles.
Yeah,
that's the beauty. I have that one.
And like, and
you got the second one.
Yeah, this is the second one. I know what happened to the first one, but here it is. And like, look how big this car is.
It's huge.
And you can fit two figures though, and they're smaller. You know, they're like more 6 inch size.
Yeah, and they're arguably even like 5 3/4.
Right.
Like for how wide they are.
Look how big this thing is, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. So it would have to be a bit bigger, but listen, nobody's ever done this before. We didn't get a 6 inch scale Keaton Batmobile from Mattel.
Yeah.
This is like the first one we've ever gotten to be able to put our figures.
You could probably use this for the upcoming Mezco 89.
Absolutely. Just thinking ahead.
Now, the only thing I would change on this, besides the canopy being like a darker plastic, which I guess technically you could probably paint, is the gray silver. I think just stands out a little too much. I'd maybe do a dry brush to like dirty that up a little bit. But other than that, I think it looks phenomenal.
Do you?
Oh, I know what's missing from it, but this is like from the Kenner days, just because I have it, and I love pushing the back to make the flame pop out.
Oh yeah.
And that would have been a cool like little thing, but you know, it is what it is.
Do the machine guns pop out?
That's what I was wondering. Like, do they flip?
I'm gonna say no, because he would have showed that. You push the button and the canopy opens, which is nice. That's a nice way of opening it.
Yeah. But maybe it's because of the.
I guess it all depends on the movie, right? If he uses them like
figure
the
looks
movie.
Sick.
Well, the Warner Brothers like gun thing too.
Yeah. That is it. I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, first of all, I've been eyeing the Kenner one. Like I used to have it as a kid and did not survive my childhood. So I've been tempted to buy the Kenner one.
It's not cheap.
Awesome.
It's not cheap, and this is definitely a
Oh, dude. Okay, listen. You want a smaller one? Kind of off topic, but on topic. Spin Master.
Oh yeah,
It's releasing one.
RC.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Figure goes in. I keep waiting to pre-order it. But it's not there on Amazon yet to pre-order.
Here, we'll do a topic on Spin Master.
Claudio says, "I wish it had a minigun or flame." I do too.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay. Well, now hold on. What? It's limited quantity too. That Batmobile from Spin Master. I know I'm gonna miss it. It's like the second I stop. Okay, everyone at home. This is how I get hard to get things when I do happen to get them. I refresh the page a lot when I do manage to get it. That's it. That's the secret.
Josh,
be obsessed.
I also had the Toy Biz one because it had that plastic shell, like armor shell.
Yeah.
But when I moved to the DC Direct. I even had like the Batwing, but then like my friends and I were over and just wrestling and the wings popped off and broke. So my mom kind of chucked that. And then when I moved to the Dark Knight collection, just kind of got rid of the vehicles, but I kept the figures.
Yeah.
So.
The first thing I did with my Toy Biz Batmobile, the little yellow things, little tabs that were inside the wheels that made it go.
Yes.
I cut them out on day one because here is me at like 7 a.m. trying to play with my new Toy Biz figures. And I pushed it across the floor in the living room and it went. And I was like, ooh, if I wake my parents up, they're going to kill me. Right. So I was like, I snipped it right away with the scissors. I'm just going
to put this out there. Like, I think all the figures look phenomenal in my personal opinion. I know that people are like, there was that whole thing, is Toy Biz coming back? Like, honestly, I never really liked any of the Toy Biz figures, any of them. So I really don't.
I liked them, but they were like, I saw them as like knockoff, lesser grade superpowers.
Yeah, trash toys to me.
Yeah. But I did love some of them.
Rob's getting spicy with the
his
trash.
Dude, your opinion counts and it matters.
I mean, I had the Batman stuff, which I have, but it's inferior to the Kenner stuff.
Absolutely.
It was fun at
not
first.
Agree more.
It was a good Band-Aid, right? When the movie came out, at least you had something.
Well, you know what happened is that
it was something.
I think nobody had the license at the time because Kenner lost the license from Superpowers because it like ran its course, and then they quickly wanted something to come out, so they gave it to Toy Biz, and then they were not happy with Toy Biz's like product, so then they gave it back to Kenner, and then Kenner was like, "Here's like, you know, that's why it's like kind of Superpowers body and stuff."
Yeah. Here's what we would have done.
Yeah, and then that's why we got 2 versions, and they started re-releasing like kind of the Joker and the Batman and stuff. And then that's why they did the variants and stuff, just because, hey, they had to get something out quick, and it totally worked, and it looked good.
Toy Biz was the McDonald's of action figures.
One last shot of the Batmobile before we move on to the other figures. Athletic One on Instagram. Beautiful shots with this homemade Batcave. Like
that Batcave.
Look at that.
Dude, could you imagine if he mass produced that? Everyone would be like, he'd be rich.
But that's definitely like homemade, because you can see the cardboard around the base.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, on to the other figures. Let's take a look. I mean, it's so funny. We're all hyped up about the Flash movie because of Batman.
Like,
I mean, even though I like the Flash, I'm excited to see what he does. But I think it's all about Michael Keaton, the love.
Well, yeah, I mean,
89 Batman.
Our demographic is like, you know.
There you go. We'll pull that up, Brad. We'll get to
it's currently unavailable, is what I'm saying, and it hasn't been available all day. I still want this Batmobile.
What do you think, Brad? What do you think about this figure, the suit? What do you think?
I think that the suit, the only thing I would say is they really needed to incorporate the yellow into his belt to really give it that final Keaton flair. Because when I see a black belt on the black suit, I don't think Keaton. I think Kilmer.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I would have done different. I like the updates to the suit. I mean, I guarantee it's easier for him to move in. And I'm sure they probably incorporated some way for him to pee properly. It still maintains a lot of the original look. I wonder if he's wearing Nike shoes for the boots again, like he did previously.
Yeah.
But they do have the shin guards that look roughly the same. I like the updated gloves.
Yeah.
You can see that like the abdomen muscle, like the armor, is certainly meant to invoke just a little bit of Batman Returns, but also not look quite as, weird. The cape, like the cowl, instead of coming down, right, and then like that, instead the first spike goes out, the first scallop goes out on the cowl. That's another design thing I'm not super stoked about, but they probably did that for functionality. The head sculpt from here looks pretty good. I may sand down the top of the points of his ears. So the only real thing that I would probably change is the cape. I'm happy to see a cloth goods cape. But most people that make cloth goods cape fans usually want to change them. So I'll probably end up trying to buy like a more leather-like wired cape to go with it. But I think it's great. I think like the body proportions look very realistic.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mr. D-Toys?
I mean, I totally agree with Brad. I mean, I would have preferred a yellow belt, but it's not McFarlane's fault because that is how it is in the movie. I think the figure itself looks phenomenal. Like I love it gives me that Dark Knight collection vibe with the soft goods cape. Yeah. I'm hoping that we can kind of like bring it over the neck piece and then just drape it down in front. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know if we can, but I agree. Like I got 2 because like one I want to like keep stock, and then the other one I want to like put like a leathery cape, like you said, Brad.
Yeah. One to keep, one to custom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think this is a phenomenal figure, and you know, before we even get into other figures, as far as the likeness, you know, like Brad, you said this before. You know, everybody, whoever worked on this took time and crafted it. So like, let's pay that respect.
Yes.
But at the same time, like maybe these actors didn't pay to have their likeness, so that could also be a thing. So I don't really care that it necessarily doesn't look exactly like the actor, because it's an action figure. So as long as the costume's there, I think that's all that matters for me per se, because we grew up in a time where the likeness wasn't there, and this is tenfold better than anything that Mattel ever did, in my opinion. So
yes, I 100% agree. Definitely.
Well said. What I like about this is definitely looks like it's an organic transition from Batman Returns, right?
Yeah.
Like this like makes sense. Like, oh, this would be his next costume. You know, like it's got that, still has that Tim Burton feel to it. But yeah, I concur with everything you said. I even like the trading card.
Yeah. Yeah, Pac even said that with the trading cards are really cool. I agree.
Yeah.
It's artwork, which is cool. I keep all my trading cards too.
All right, speaking of the head sculpt, here is Michael.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
I do like that it's not just, hey, we put a new head on there. Like the front piece is different. Like it looks like the cape or the cowl isn't on him.
Is that what it actually looks like underneath the cowl piece as well?
Well,
because we never get to see under there.
I always thought that the symbol was part of the cowl. So
it used to be.
It used to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, it can't be crazy, but I feel like this looks like him. Like from what
it does.
Picture I've seen.
I can see it.
Yeah. I want to get a Birdman figure.
It's not
perfect, a Birdman figure?
But Birdman, yeah.
Remember Birdman, the movie he did Birdman?
Yeah.
I want to put that head on Birdman.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it looks okay. Like I can see the hair for Keaton. It's challenging. Yeah, like I try to give the paint applications more of a pass than perhaps a lot of other people do. Like some people are like, the paint looks terrible, looks nothing like him. And if it's like a total bed shitting, then yeah, I'm like, it really doesn't look like the character. But usually it's passable. If you were paying big bucks, paying more money, then of course the facial paint's gonna. But like we're dealing again, always have to remember, bang for buck price point, $22 American for a 7-inch scale figure with a cloth goods cape with a sculpt that I'm sure if a professional painter got their hands on it and took the time, they could make that look exactly like Keaton, because the sculpt looks there, but you have to factory paint. It's a quick paint job. Like they don't spend long in the artist's hands.
Yeah.
And they're not paid nearly enough to do it. So I think that this looks fantastic, especially for what it is.
Let's just think like, again, I'm not trying to put anything down, but let's take this compared to the Aquaman, Jason Momoa's, and like that one was probably the worst. This at least looks like in the ballpark.
I want to quickly show you something. Check this out. Everyone at home, here's how you fix that. Okay. This here is the head sculpt from the Mattel version. Why isn't it focusing on it? Stupid camera. That's the Mattel one, right? And then I took Wonder Woman's hair.
Look at you, you little mad scientist.
No, but
look at that.
Like the scale, I feel like
he kind of looks like Rob Zombie, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
A young Rob Zombie.
More human than human. Yeah, but I think it works a lot better because I mean, they did a fantastic job with the body sculpt, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
but I couldn't agree more. Yeah, usually they do a really good job with the head sculpt. Usually, like I would say more than 9 out of 10 times.
But like
9.5 out of 10 times. But
the last thing I'll say about that one, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead. No.
Is that this is again how you do a gold label. Like you have the mass-produced like figure, and then you have the adjacent like variant,
non-essential
that you can pick up if you want, but you don't have to.
Yes, when they make characters,
this is how you do it.
Yes, I think, you know what, Rob, I think a lot of people can echo that exact same thing. There's nothing wrong with exclusives. Absolutely. Right. Common practice. And that's, you have to offer the retailer a little something, right, to get more of your stuff in there. So I get it. I appreciate it. it is a little annoying, and it's not just McFarlane. A lot of companies do this. They'll put a figure in that you can't get anywhere else. Like, do you remember, what was it? The Flash that Mattel did from The Dark Knight Returns was a Walgreens.
Oh, that's right. It was a Walgreens exclusive.
And so was Bizarro.
Yeah.
Right. So when I was lucky, when I was in the States visiting, I managed to pick them up. And I think I had a friend send me the Bizarro first, but they're essential if you want to collect that line, right? Which means anyone who doesn't live anywhere near a Walgreens or not in America, like, couldn't get them. Like, I think we got the Flash in Toys R Us, but not very many, right? No, the distribution is not as wide as a Walgreens is what I'm getting at, right? So it makes it very hard for us to get them. So Rob, you're exactly right. This is definitely good.
This is the way to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to another vehicle. Look at this.
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
First of all, let's talk about the Batmobile is what, $60?
Yeah.
60. And from what someone said, that it's sold out. Like,
I just went on their
pretty
site.
much everywhere.
Yeah, I went on their site. It's done. I ordered one. For the record, everyone, I only ordered one. I didn't order like 4 or 5 just so I could have them. I only ordered one because I knew they'd be really popular. There will likely be another run at some point.
I can see that.
Now this Batwing,
they could do camo version, like Kenner.
Oh no!
It's $250. McFarlane exclusive.
Nope.
And isn't it the
that could be a total meme.
Gorgeous.
Like, have that guy like behind the tree going, and then just to have like the Batmobile and then the Batmobile in camo.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Batwing?
It's awesome. Like, I love the shape. Like, I know it's not because he crashed the first one.
Yes.
And so like this one is that, but just in a better. I love how they incorporated the tail fins or whatever they're called, and then you have like I'm pointing at the screen like you all can see me.
Yeah. We can't see Rob.
Like the thrusters or whatever it is, like by the
air intake. Is that the air intake?
Yeah. I think that looks awesome. And then the fact that we get like the bat symbol, and it's going to be a wall mount also. That like, you could, like, come on. I don't know. I have little room, so I think I'm going to wall mount it to above my television. I just hope that it's sturdy enough and it doesn't.
I love this comment. $250 plus the cost of renos to make room for that in my
postage size.
Scott, well done, my friend.
Yeah.
That was my favorite comment of the night so far.
You know what?
This is going to be mounted in my garage on the wall because I have nowhere to put this thing.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. I'm almost like the geek collector version of heartbroken because I just can't afford it. Like, this might as well be $1 million. Like, I just can't. It's beyond my budget because I've got too much. Like, some of you folks don't buy, say, the Mafex and the Mezco as well as they come out.
I mean, some of the people not on this call with you,
but, right? Well, because I mean, you don't. Well, no, you get some stuff, but
I got 2 Mezcos processing right now, Brad.
Yes, but you don't get all the Mezcos, right? Like, I've got all the DC.
You're right.
Mezcos,
You're right.
And I have all the DC Mafex, like from Justice League, right? That they did. So, except for no Nolan Batman stuff. So my point is, this might as well be $1 million for me. Like, unless McFarlane calls me up and goes, dude, we think you're awesome. We're going to send you this. There'll be probably no chance of me getting it. I will never get it. And that makes me really, really fucking sad. But it's a thing. It's just a thing. I keep telling myself that it's just a thing.
I mean, listen, I get it, but it's like, I mean, my Batwing from the animated series is in my garage on top of some boxes. I can't even see it. It's just too big. Like,
that also breaks my heart.
Dude, it's too
I'd
big.
put it on the ceiling if I had to.
I have my Lego Batwing in the corner, but it's a good size.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculously. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And ever since, I mean, first of all, it's not crowdfunded. It's not like some like bullshit HasLab. Sorry.
Yes, I was gonna. No, you're right.
And there's people that have like the original like animated Batwing, and that thing was huge.
Yeah.
Now I don't have that one, but I didn't want to miss out on this.
I'm gonna have to take foot pics or something for it. Is there like Wiki knows.
What I want to know is what are those like knobs, nibs, whatever you want to say.
Those are wheels underneath.
No, like on the front where the ears are.
Well, that's going to be the clasp, the grabby thing. Part of that, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think it actually does that.
Look in the front. See that? Yeah, right there. Something comes out of there, dude. Oh, shizzle. Yep.
Could be.
I like that it has landing gear.
He's not going to sell it for $250 with no action features, right? It may light up. Who knows, right? He hasn't actually shown what it does. He's shown how big it is. But we might
donate plasma, Brad. If you want, there's a way.
We don't get paid.
Yeah, we don't like your quitter attitude, Brad.
We don't get paid for it here. In the States, you can donate blood and sperm. That's got to be awkward. You donate sperm. But we don't get paid for it here. We just donate, just for free. Yeah.
Sorry, Pac. I was being a little braggy. Oh, Lego Batwing. Oh, Batman. Yeah, you're right.
I actually sold all of my Lego Batman stuff, but I didn't have like the new ones that you have. I have like the first gen, where it was like the Batcave and all that.
The Lego.
I
honestly, the Lego Batmobile. So, I mean, full disclosure, I have the Sideshow. The Hot Toys Batmobile on pre-order. I'm gonna have this Batmobile. It's gonna be it's gonna be the battle of the Batmobiles to see which one gets prime spot in the shed. You know, prime placement.
I never did a review of it yet. I haven't had time, but I can't wait. So I've got the Mattel, the Mattel, like the RC one that's like,
yes,
it doesn't have Batman in it. It's the one just below that because I didn't want Batman in it. I wanted to modify to put the figure in it, but it lights up and it makes noises and the headlights and stuff. So my goal is I'm going to have that, and I'm going to have the Keaton Batmobile in a display. I want to build a Batcave diorama, like a big one, like a huge one, like I'm sitting in it, right? Is the goal. So I can't wait to have those two together.
This comic, guys, you're gonna mention the Elephant in the Room. It's supposed to be a Flash movie.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I've read so many places that they're just buying the Batman figures and then the vehicles, and then that's it. It's fun.
All right, let's talk about the Elephant in the Room.
I love this suit. The only thing that irks me is the earpieces, how they're too flush. Like I wish it had the traditional earpieces. Again, that's not a cut on McFarlane. It's just the suit design.
Yeah. Whenever we complain about the look of a figure based on like design and costume, it's never a slight on McFarlane. It's always it's just a nitpick as fans on the design of the suit.
Now, the only thing that I think could make this better for me is I like the hands like in the running pose, but I would have liked either like a fist or like the traditional like weapon grabbing hands, just to give it like a different whatever. I do think that the photographers, I'm not trying to knock them, not this, but like the Amazon photos, they do a disservice, I think, when they could pose them in a better flattering way of straight on, because for this one it looked way too waif and like thin, and I feel like if he would have turned the arms like turn it in, I think it would have helped to make it look a little bit more eye appealing and kind of, I don't know, position the feet a little bit better, because it was just way too slender, if you know what I mean. And then when they get leaked, which is like I mean, I know we all want to see leaked photos, but it is like a disservice to the brand who is actually trying to, put out forth the best image that they can before you actually see it like that. Yeah. So
if you're going to leak an image, if you're going to leak an image, at least have the decency to take a good photo of it, right?
Yeah.
That's that. I mean, they shouldn't be leaking in the first place. Now, occasionally I do cover leaks, not very often. I have in the past. Usually I wait for glam shots and product shots. It was more of a thing I used to do in the past, but the leak shot was the colors also weren't right. Like the guy's camera wasn't set. It was probably just a cell phone.
Even like the leak photos of the Amazon photos, like those are not the most flattering photos.
No.
I mean, I get it. We're all excited. We're all fans, but I mean, wait until you see like these types of promo photos.
Yes.
Where they're shot in better light.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know, well, what I think about this suit, like I'm definitely gonna. I didn't pre-order it yet. Gonna put that out there. I only had the money to pre-order a certain number of things, and I didn't even really have the money to pre-order that. I got to start selling T-shirts again or something. But I want to design new ones. I want to put my thumbnail action figure photography art on the T-shirts, right?
Yeah.
So there's something of value.
I'd wear that T-shirt.
I had one. My other shirt is a cape. I wanted to make a shirt of that. My other shirt is a cape. But anyway, okay. Sidetracked as usual. Oh look, a duck. The actual suit for the Flash. So not in regards to McFarlane. I don't like the boots. Said that last time. I want them all gold. Stop piss-assing about with putting red in them and stuff like that. Don't pussy out. Stop it. Just make the damn boots gold. They should be gold or yellow. Done. As far as the earwings go, I couldn't agree more. I feel like, again, they wussied out just like they did with the beginning of the Flash TV show. They put his logo on his ears. Now, I get that was an early suit, but it took so long to get the earwings. And the thing is, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. The yellow boots and the earwings are so essential to the look. Why would they ever be removed? Right?
Well, and
massive.
Without the earpieces, you just look so slender. I mean, the same thing with like even Captain America, like in the first Avengers movie.
Need
like
earwings.
You need something there.
Yeah.
To give dimension. And form.
Well, I mean, it's hard. I gotta see the movie, right? Because this might work better in the movie.
Oh, I absolutely
like
agree that it probably will.
Yeah. I will say, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this a little bit of a Wally West belt versus a Barry?
Yeah,
belt?
technically. Yes.
Because Wally was the first one to have the lightning bolts going in,
right?
Or Barry's just
but we all kind of like. I mean, I personally like Wally's suit better but I still want a traditional like Barry Allen suit because it's classic, you know.
Yeah, I think that this is meant to be like I feel like the inspiration for this suit in general is part New 52/Rebirth with all the line work, right? And the lightning, like the lines on his head, that's taken directly from New 52 and then Rebirth. I feel like it's also a little bit old school Flash. Like you remember when Wally got the first new suit with the white lenses?
Yeah.
Well, he has yellow lenses on this suit.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like someone was like, lenses are a good idea, and they.
Well, I mean, technically, I think it's a great idea. I mean, you don't want bugs flying in your eyes.
But he's protected by the Speed Force, so technically he doesn't. Right, the bugs go around him. The same reason why. Well,
maybe it's like lenses that he can see stuff like Iron Man-ish type stuff.
Even if it is for bugs, I don't really care.
We have that suit, but we also have this suit.
I love this suit, man.
Peg warmer.
Like, no.
Peg warmer.
No.
Brad, not because of McFarlane. I think it's just a dumb looking suit. I understand why he wears it in the movie. Dumb looking.
No, you're breaking my heart.
Donuts.
You're breaking my heart.
Listen, okay, I will say something positive now. Positive. Okay, I'm that guy. Never forget. You can technically a little bit use this figure to customize another Keaton Batman, right? You just repaint it. Right? You got the abs
off, you put the boots from the other figure on.
Well, no, those are Keaton boots. Look at them. Look up close. Those are Keaton boots.
Yeah, but
you just got to repaint them.
I think look better. And then like the wrist gauntlets from the other figure.
Yes.
You take the whole headpiece off.
Yeah.
And then right there, and then the crotch piece you use from the other one.
Yep.
I'm with Rob. I love this suit. It's so interesting.
I know, like it's so good. Like
it's interesting. Yes, it's
like he's like the new guy needed a suit. They didn't have a suit, so they
shh. Yeah. There you go, kid. Clip.
It's whimsical. I think it's whimsical. I think that it's.
I love the coloring too. Like it's a darker color because it's over top, like spray painted over top of the black, and that some of that black is bleeding through, which is probably exactly how they
look at the card. You can see that
figure. I guarantee if you take like acetone to this, it's going to be an all black figure.
Yeah, unless it would just suck if it's like the kind of plastic that goes shiny once you acetone it. Like, well, that didn't work out. Listen, I think that Todd has done a good job designing this. I think that both Flash figures when you see them straight on, their legs look a tad long, just a butt hair long. When you see like the white product shots, not here, not like this. And I could be wrong because sometimes that happens. So I'm gonna wait till I see them. But it's not Todd's fault. It's what is it? It's
the director or
no, the suit's
movie?
a gimmick. The suit is a gimmick, is what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's gonna be a peg warmer. People like us will buy it.
Yeah.
The average, I mean, let's face it, because Todd also wants kids to buy his figures. I think he knows that it's not really kids buying them, but he does want kids to be able to buy them. I don't think many kids are A, going to go see this movie by comparison, and then B, going to want to buy this figure.
Are you talking about this Flash or the other Flash is sold out?
Is this one sold out?
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go to their site and I'm going to have a little peek.
I have it up, guys. I have it up.
So, guys, what do you think of Flash A or this Flash B? I mean,
good question.
I mean, personally, I love them both equally. Like, I love the difference. Flash A, I think, is like a perfect. In fact, I think that the suit design is better than what I ever imagined what they were going to actually come up with, because after seeing like the original suit from Justice League, I totally never would have thought that they would have went more of a traditional route. So I'm kind of glad that they did that.
Here's a few more. Here's another view of the first.
This Flash, okay, sold out on Entertainment Earth.
Yeah, not on McFarlane, because I'm just on McFarlane's now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's sold out.
Well, there. Entertainment Earth, man, like free shipping, right?
In America, not to Canada.
No.
I get. Are they a little bit more?
For me,
expensive?
It's like half the. For me, it's like a huge price to ship from there.
So on the McFarlane site, here's some better shots.
The legs don't look. Yeah. Maybe I was just seeing things.
If you go back, okay, see that? Like if you twist the elbow, or not the elbow, the bicep swivel, that would give it more girth and, like, you know what I mean? Like more body substance, so that it's just not like straight lines just down.
Although he's not supposed to be a buff guy. The Flash is never a really buff guy.
Exactly. But I just feel like you can like add a little bit of spice to like a straight on shot.
I mean, I kind of, I get what you guys are saying about the ear wings. Obviously, that's a classic Flash component, but I kind of dig these. I like what they try to do here.
I think it's going to work in the movie. I just don't think it works like in figure form.
Yeah. Would you stop doing that? Don't stop showing that. He's doing it. You're doing me dirty. You're doing me dirty, Ahsoka. Come on.
He does have the lines, though, in the suit when you look at it closer up.
And I do like the way he's packaged in there, too.
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah. I think this is the best movie suit we've gotten.
Oh, like, absolutely.
Like, definitely better than the first one that he threw together himself, right? That he threw together himself.
Josh says Flash B is more interesting. I agree.
He is right. It is more interesting. That's absolutely true.
I just love the color. Like how it goes. Sorry. Go, Brad.
No, I'm just rambling. It's going to peg warm. That's all. It's interesting. It's going to peg warm.
I keep looking at it because it's like, I love the tones that they got with the figure, with the like the black and the maroon.
You know what reminds me of the John Wesley ship?
Yeah.
I just want that figure.
Yeah, McFarlane, make that figure.
We need the classic John Wesley ship with a Christopher Reeve Superman. Let's have some classics. I do like the fact, though, that this Flash, the articulation starts at the bottom of his neck.
Yeah.
Which is fair, because you can't turn your head in that suit anyway. It'll be fun to watch.
Is it? Do you think? I feel like they must have figured that out.
Well, but he's supposed to be wearing the return suit, which, it has turn at the waist.
Oh, that's right. Point.
I want to see Ezra Miller talk about that.
Maybe they cut it
around in this thing.
Well, maybe they cut it like right where you're seeing it, so that he can turn his head.
Maybe
so it has like that Kermit thing. Kermit.
The Kermit thing. I love that.
Yeah,
I get it. I've never heard that before, but when you said that, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Exactly.
All right, on to one more Flash figure before we get into the super.
Now, this one was not shown, I don't think.
Here we have the Dark Flash.
But
I do not like this figure. It's just like such a movie monster. Like, I do not like this figure.
You're like, I can't.
It's like,
okay, can I?
It reminds me of Doomsday from BVS.
Thank you. That's why
Yeah.
I stopped. Yes,
And maybe that's what it is.
Yes, I definitely think that
DC definitely has a problem with like great story, and then at the end, let's just shoehorn another villain in.
Yes,
I don't.
exactly.
I hope that this is not that. That this is like more throughout. But I feel like that's kind of. I will probably like the movie anyway. But still,
I feel
I think it's going to be great.
Batman versus Superman is still one of my all-time favorite movies. Fight
Same
me on
here.
it. I don't care, but I love that movie.
I feel like this is one of the Barrys. I think the Barry
Could be.
becomes this. You know.
Yeah, it could be.
The young Barry or the old Barry?
Yeah, the young one. The one from
Barry
not from
B.
yeah, Barry B.
They're high. They're definitely. I mean, they're not. Again, they're not stupid. Like they're definitely hiding a lot from us. Like definitely.
I almost feel like this figure should have been held like until like the movie actually hit and then came out.
But you know what? Like
come out with the leaked Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And speaking of, why have we only gotten one Shazam figure? Like, where's the rest of the family? But that's another topic.
Yeah, maybe Todd feels that the whole family wouldn't sell.
That could be.
I mean,
I would have liked the Mary Marvel though.
Yeah. Freddie's okay. Mary would sell, I think, really well, but I think that Freddie Freeman's kind of goofy looking.
Yeah,
like I'm sorry, I think he's goofy looking. The guy playing him, I just never felt like he was the right actor.
Oh, it's the guy from the OC, right? What's the name?
Yeah, I just think he looked goofy in the suit, and when they've got the hair sticking out at the back, just never did it for me.
I'm a fan of that actor. I love the OC. So
yes,
Brad. All right, finally, or not finally.
Not finally, because we still have others.
We do. We have more.
We have 6 in this wave, right?
Damn,
7 if you count the unmasked.
Thank you to all the 136 people that are currently here with us.
Oh wow!
And for the 3 likes, if anybody here hasn't dropped a like yet, and you're feeling generous, perhaps you'd like to drop a thumbs up, a like on this. Let's see how many likes we can get.
And subscribe.
I don't even know what it does. Yeah,
There's
and if
3
you're subscribed to my channel, but not to Rob and Ahsoka's, maybe click subscribe on their channel as well.
Oh, Brad, please.
For sure.
Well, thank you.
Rob is Ahsoka is doing his action figure reviews, and he's so chill.
Very chill.
It's like he smoked a big
blunt. I appreciate you not saying lazy, because that is another word for it.
You're chill.
Like I'm smoking a cigarette back there. Here's the figure.
There's like smoke coming through.
Here's the articulation.
Yeah.
Go buy it.
Go buy this motherfucker.
You know?
Yeah. And we keep bugging Rob to make more videos, but he's a busy man.
I want to see Rob's unboxing, his 2-hour unboxing of an act.
You know, it's funny because I keep
like
getting these.
Tree.
You know how we talked about like the overhead cam?
Yeah.
I keep seeing reviews and like things pop up about like overhead rigs that I can like put together.
Bro, that would be a great, like you're a surgeon and we're seeing like. Yeah. All right. First of all, I think this looks great.
I do too. I mean, is the head sculpt perfect? No. But the figure itself looks amazing.
Under
the hair's right.
A different angle. I've seen a picture of her. One of the glam images has her on a different angle, and she actually looks better on that angle.
Well, it's kind of like Wonder Woman. Like straight on, it didn't really look like Gal, but at a 3/4 view, it kind of did.
Repainted though, it definitely looked better. I saw people repaint the Gal, and it definitely looked better.
You know, I'm going to say that I actually really like the plastic cape on this.
Yeah.
And I would have actually been okay with plastic capes on the Batman, but I understand why they have the cloth because they fit the vehicles, but
they got the nose too big.
I was the nose looks a little tiny bit bulbous, but
let's hop back over to the Instagram.
Again, when you have it in hand, then you really know what it's going to look like, right?
Yeah. But like I love the metallic look of it. Like it looks like a metallic blue.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think that it's a great job translating what she looked like in the Injustice universe that could be daughter,
like the
right?
Cara
that's what
Kent.
Yeah. That's
Cara Lane.
Cara Lane or whatever. That's clearly what she's based off of. Yeah. I'm not super stoked about the figure, not because of anything to do with the figure. I'll probably end up picking her up. It's just because I like my Supergirl to look like what I think Supergirl typically looks like the car that I've read about my whole life. That being said, I mean, this still looks. I'll probably end up painting it a little bit. Like the harder pieces, I'll paint it with like a lighter blue, like a glossy blue. But it looks. I mean, looks good for what it is.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome.
I feel like she'll be articulated wonderfully in the torso, and a little bit limitedly in the groin. If you see how low down her Hanes go.
See that.
Her Hanes. No one caught that joke.
A lot of Todd's females look like a bummed out face. A little bummed out.
Oh my god!
All right, next
I've never noticed that, but it is funny that like that's a humorous thing.
We have Batfleck.
Sadly, this is probably the weakest.
Okay,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with that. I think that.
Well, besides the Dark Flash, I think that's the weakest.
Yes,
but this is like the weakest of the ones that were shown today.
Okay, well, let's start with like the one thing that is honestly the absolute most promising, the head sculpt.
Yeah,
that head sculpt. I think does it look like Ben Affleck? I'm not going to go ahead and say that I think it does at this point. Yeah. I don't see it yet. Whether that means Ben Affleck didn't give the rights to use his likeness or not, I'm not entirely sure. But that's definitely a good sculpt in general. And customizers are going to love it, I think. A lot of customizers.
I can
paint
see
the guys
that
white, you
sure.
got a comic Batman, right?
But shouldn't it be blue and gray?
Yeah, see, my guess is that, I was probably going to say it too, is that it's probably the promo that like art that they went off of.
Yeah.
Or it's digitally or he was digitally colored in post.
I'm not going to complain. I think the blue and gray, it's nice to see blue and gray. And it's like, you really chose that to be the costume that you made blue and gray. Because I mean,
exactly.
I've made it no secret. Yeah. I'm not a fan of this bat suit. I think that it looks wonky.
I think it looks better in black, personally.
It actually, I think you're right. I think it.
Yeah. This is another one where I wouldn't mind like having a wired cape too.
Yeah, I think that would work. Definitely.
It looks it's very strapped on. You know?
Yeah, I think once you start painting the pieces, I think it's going to look awesome.
Okay, well, you guys remember how I was not a super fan of the tactical suit that Ben Affleck wore previously?
I'm not either. Yeah.
No, I like that one more than this one. I feel like he's wearing dirt bike gear.
Yeah.
Dirt bike armor or something like that. And again, that's not Todd. That's nothing to do with him and everything to do with the character design of this Batman.
But you know what? At least we are. I mean, I wonder if he wears two suits in the movie. One blue and gray and like this.
Maybe. But this is the same suit that we've seen.
Yeah,
it's just black.
True. Yeah. It's an interesting suit. It's very I gotta see it in motion. I gotta see it in the movie.
Yeah.
I would rate this just a bit above the Gotham bat suit from the last episode.
Oh wow. That's harsh.
Wow.
Way harsh, Ty. Way harsh, Ty. That suit was offensive. That whole scene was offensive.
Yes, it was.
When they look up at him
who had eyes.
Yeah, and they pretend to get like spooked by him. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like what? It's horrible.
Why is that strange
sad eye?
Wearing curtains?
Dude, it was
terrible. Terrible.
Ah,
this one is just above it, in my opinion. It's the worst of the Affleck suits.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I'll agree with that. What about the? Isn't there the statues too? But there it is.
Bat Cycle.
This I got to put it with all my other motorcycles from McFarlane.
No more. I can't afford any more.
Abort!
This
was an immediate buy for me right away.
Hell yeah!
Immediate.
Dude, they kill it with cycles. Like all of them.
Yeah. You could use that with any Batman, and it looks like it could be comic accurate for sure. I remember seeing different bat cycles that looked a little bit like this. It's not a carbon copy of anything.
Ultra modern and sleek. Like it doesn't have the front end that most motorcycles have, so it's really compelling.
I want to know what happens to the front tires because there's two.
Yeah.
Do they do anything? Maybe not this product, but in the movie, do they do anything? Do they spread apart? Like, what do they do? Why are there two wheels? Just for show, or
maybe it's like one of those backwards trikes.
Yeah, maybe. I hope they do something in the movie.
Look at this, Batmobile sold out. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I will say that DC Direct statues look really good.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want a budget statue, then you can pay, what is it, $60? If you want to pay more and get, a top quality statue, then you're going to pay statue prices. That's fair.
Yeah, I think for a statue, that's really good, especially for that size.
Yeah.
It gives a great view of the suit too.
Yeah.
Like the torso area. I think that this is fantastic for sure.
It really is.
Although I will say that the cheaper statue, the masked one, looks great too.
It does. Well, that's what I mean, right? There's great budget options for those of us who don't really buy a lot of statues.
Yeah.
You buy this, you stick it on your bookshelf, right?
Oh yeah, I would totally get this.
Yeah.
My problem is I'm probably gonna get the Hot Toys version. So I'm trying to avoid like the statue sized figures.
Makes sense.
But this looks great. You're both right. Like, look at this for $40. Like, beautiful.
And I think that the Flash one looks fantastic as well.
Take a look at that.
Especially even like the DC Direct version.
1 second. Back in 1
I
second.
like the pose.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Let's take a look at the Keaton statue. Maskless. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit better as far as the face sculpt goes.
Yeah.
All right. We have just while we're on the McFarlane site, guys. If you guys haven't bought
that
any,
last one.
this one, sorry, buddy. Oh yeah,
I love that pose.
That is good.
Yeah, he's just like sliding in.
Yeah, I love that.
I think it's a little prancy, to be honest. I think it's a little
what? A little
prancy, like he's a little
like where he slides and does like
a pixie slide.
Hollywood.
Yeah, he's a little like I'm in Greece. I don't know. That's what I feel about it. That's what I feel.
I like it.
A little prancy.
Yeah, a little prancy.
I've never heard
I just
you even say that word. That's yeah. I was gonna say it looks a little slidey.
Slidey works.
A little skiddy.
For those of you in the chat who have not made a purchase yet, not trying to encourage you to, save up for other things than buying this stuff, but this Batwing, especially being an exclusive, is still up.
Yeah.
If you have the means,
Those of you who have the money and are on the fence, just buy one for yourself because I can't. Like, when you pour one out for your homies, you can like buy a Batmobile.
And I just want to say,
sorry,
since you have this up, when I was trying to figure out the cost and what's the most effective, this price is actually really great. Like,
it is a discount.
You're essentially getting the 3 statues at a premium, excellent price.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. $474. If you think about it, the Batwing is $250, right? Then the statues are $40, right? Are they $40 or are they $60?
$39.99.
$40. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, you're and then you add on the figures and the vehicles. Yeah, you're getting the discount if you buy if you want it all. A bundle discount. There still are Batmobiles that aren't sold. They're part of the bundles.
Yeah.
Right. So if they don't sell enough bundles, they'll probably open the Batmobiles up again, right? For single sales. Dollars to donuts.
I will say the McFarlane, you guys have heard in all our reviews, the McFarlane Toy Store they're fantastic.
Yeah.
They ship their stuff super fast.
Yeah.
If you ever have any problems with it, they take care of issues very quickly as well. So
yeah. And if you screw up like I have and accidentally order something twice or whatever, you can message them and say, hey, sorry, I'm a doofus. I ordered the same thing twice. My apologies. Can we please cancel that order? And they're always really nice. They'll cancel the order for you. They've been really nice with me because I've done it maybe 3 times. And they've always been really nice about it. They could have been like, sod that. This idiot.
All right, my friends. Moving on from the Flash movie. Let's talk about some other McFarlane reveals. Let's go back a few days, shall we?
No, we've already talked about that stuff.
Did we talk about Nightfall Batman?
Nope.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
No, not that I recall.
I thought with our last stream we did.
No, we didn't see.
No.
We did it right before the Winter Showcase. Brad.
Yeah, we did. It was right. We did it the day before the Winter Showcase. We talked about it afterwards when it was, but we didn't discuss it here.
Exactly.
Brad's like all confused.
Brad doesn't believe us.
I know.
Maybe, but I'm going.
Are we wrong, Rob?
I don't know. I'm going senile. Does anybody?
Okay, wait a second. We can figure this out. March 2nd was when this picture went up. When was March 2nd?
Look at our thumb.
Here, I'll look
from
at
the last one. What
Now
we shared, what Rob made.
Okay, March 2nd was a Thursday.
We did it Wednesday.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my brain is so dumb.
No, bro. It's hard. Come on. I couldn't remember for a minute either.
Hold on.
You know?
I can't believe that. What is wrong with my brain?
Yeah.
Drinking beer will lead to I forget.
I'm like looking at our
Brain
in the
damage.
chat. Did we talk about this stuff?
Well, you know, either tomato. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You know? What do you guys think about this Tim Drake OG Robin suit?
It is everything that I wanted. Like it has the right belt, the right emblem on the chest.
Yep.
The cape is different. I mean, I still might get a different head sculpt just because I love the head sculpt that I got for the first one. But yeah, this is solid, man. The only thing that would make this better, but you can't because it's like already out, is making it just a little shorter. But other than that, I think, yeah, I agree.
He's like a grown-up Tim Drake. He's like from Armageddon 2001, where they like flash forward with you know, Tim Drake and Batman fighting Superman.
But this is my Robin. This right here.
We did talk about it, but we talked about it after in our group chat.
Yeah.
Yes, and we had a video. We were talking.
Yes.
Just talking. Okay. All right. Because for viewers at home, getting the three of us on a video call, usually it's only like a few minutes that the three of us are all together when it's not on a stream. And we had a conversation about it, and it was long enough away that like I just forgot. Jeez. Wow.
And I think we also have a chat with Shiz and
we do.
Josh. And I think we might have even talked there too.
Yeah. Well, I remember typing about it, but I remember talking face to face with you guys about it too. So that must have been after we had a. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Senility. Okay. All right. So yeah, welcome to my life. It's a lot of my day.
It's okay, man. You know,
I think that this, it's
all melts together at some point.
Even my best friend notices that my brain doesn't work the same. So
dude, you literally had a chat just like this, except I mean, this is how we talk anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a very honest mistake, bro. Your brain's fine.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, you're too kind. Too kind. This Robin figure, I have a plan for him. Ooh. I'm gonna get one to keep as is because it is a fantastic looking figure. But you know, I can't keep my hands to myself. I need to. So I'm gonna take this torso.
Okay.
Which is, and I know it's pretty much the same. It's actually a tad smaller because I went out and bought another Tim Drake because I customized the last one, just to put in the video, and then also to check the size. And this torso is the correct size. So I'm gonna see what I can do with this torso. Right, gonna air paint it. Thinking maybe I got like
I love that.
Get an airbrush or whatever. And then I've actually got some decos that were sent to me. And I'll maybe like put the Robin symbol on there. And if I decide that I want a more simple look, right? With like you see how the clasps are like really, claspy.
Yeah, they actually look like clasps.
They look like clasps. Yeah. Well, in the old suit, they were just little strings, right? That went across.
True, yeah.
Right. It was a much more simple suit. So I'll make a custom and I'll keep the one as is. And they'll probably both, I'll view them as different eras of Tim Drake in that suit.
I love how
my
you
plan.
coined the phrase tonight: one to keep and one to custom. It used to be
keep
one
and
to
one to
open,
custom.
one to keep.
One to keep in the package.
Yeah.
I don't do that. Not very often. The head sculpt, you get the teeth with this one, right? Like,
A little bit of teeth, a little teethy.
yeah. So I might,
Not too much.
I may or may not swap head sculpts and just see what I think about it. I think it looks a bit detailed, but I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Some people won't like the armor on the chest. Some people do not like that look.
I'm fine with it.
I like it.
I think that it
I
looks.
mean, it's
fine,
essentially the figures there. I mean, it's got all the right elements.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I almost want to get like a second one to paint the shadow on the face.
You almost want to get a second one?
Okay, I probably will.
You will get a second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just perfection.
Yeah.
It is
look at the
Nightfall.
belts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that belt is.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. This
I like the darker gray that at least it shows here.
yeah, and the blue. I love the blue tone. It's
mean,
a new
it
body
does-
buck.
Yeah, it looks like a brand new body buck.
Brand new body buck. You can tell because look at the chest where the fabric between the pecs goes across.
Yeah.
And you got it in the armpits, you got it in the abs, you got it around the groin where the gray pants goes underneath the trunks. All those wrinkles. It's all new.
Yeah.
That's a new buck. New cape. That's the first time we got a new cape in a while. Head sculpt is sick.
And kudos to a aesthetic one who took this photo. If you remember his Bane photo,
Yes.
you saw it from Bane, so you saw it the other way, and now this is just 360 view.
Yeah.
We'll go over
That's
that.
awesome.
Aesthetic does amazing work too.
All right, what do we got next? Let's go to
2 must-have figures.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, my only problem with this is not the reign of Superman Steel.
This is like this after 0 hour Steel.
0 hour Steel #1 kind of.
I think his symbol is flat on the bottom now too. I think
I like when he wears like the real Superman logo. Like
I totally get it. But I think you could probably do it.
Oh yeah. You could
probably get that off and then put at least you could probably do the Action Comics 100.
Ooh, look at that. Dude.
You could take that symbol off, right? Spray paint it silver from the
Which one's that one from?
Pardon?
Which custom is that?
That's
the Luthor suit.
Yeah.
So I've been, I added yellow and blue in different places, and I'm gonna give him a cloth goods cape, and so I mean there are S's you can use for that, or if you have just an extra. If you have an extra steel hanging around, you can use it. Pardon?
I mean, at least
now I'm gonna get 2. Thanks, Brad.
You're welcome.
At least it's still a comic accurate logo.
It is
absolutely.
I appreciate that. And Steel, we get a Steel figure.
Yeah.
Well, let's also understand that there's probably a good practical reason also why Todd chose that logo. Because look where the articulation line is.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the rest of that S hanging down over the articulation? That's just all kinds of problems.
Thing is that like with the old DC Direct one, he was like really like wider.
Yeah.
And I think I would have liked a wider figure here, but I'm totally happy with this.
Yeah, and again, it depends. I'm with you. I like a wider steel because he's a man who's already built like a brick shithouse, who's in a steel suit. So he should be wider, but in the comics, he's not always depicted that way.
And you got that like metallic or that liquid metal pen that you use. I think this could be really cool to be 100% like mirror.
I've never bought that pen. I use auto.
Oh,
paint.
you didn't? Okay.
I use auto paint. I mean, I've got a silver pen, but the one I know the one you're talking about where you write with it and it's like a mirror finish.
Yeah.
I don't have that pen. I use auto paint because it's got a nice thick enamel and it won't chip.
Yeah.
So that's what I use. I'll probably do something like that with him for sure.
But steel is like, I mean, if you think about it, steel isn't shiny. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
And again, it depends on who's drawn him. Some people draw him shiny and some have drawn him more matte, So I just
would love the S to be on the back of the cape too, which I have a feeling it's probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. As is the way.
All right, guys. Last one. Kind Eye Superman, the variant to the angry Superman.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love the Hush Super, and Brad already has like I think half of North America's.
Listen, man, my GameStop keeps getting them in. It's weird. And
I just keep buying them.
And I just keep.
Do you think the manager's like, order some more? He'll buy.
Probably.
Dude, I should like take a photo of Brad and then just like Photoshop all like Hush Supermans in the background.
In the background.
How many you pushing now, Brad?
Okay, well,
100.
No, I got 2 there that I've customed, different heads and capes. Hold on, that's 1, 2. I got another one there. That's 3, 4, 5, and then I got 2 in the package to do more custom work with just in case. So 7. I bought 7, but not all at once.
There's more.
He's
like an addict. Like I have this, but like on the side, I got this.
This is true. This is absolutely true. Oh no, I have another. No, I do have another one because I stole the lighter red and put it on the darker Rebirth. Remember?
Yeah.
So I bought 8. Oh, I'm part of the problem.
What do you think about this one, Brad? What are you going to do with? How many are you going to get on this?
Well, I'm going to get 1 to keep as is in the package. Rarely do I keep them in the package.
Yeah.
Superman, I do. And then I'm going to have 1 to just be out. And then I'm going to probably do a head swap with 1. I'll probably only get about 3. That's a lot, but I'll probably only get about 3.
Or 4. I mean, it's a lovely figure. I'm glad they did this. Doesn't look like it's a gold label or anything. Well, so far.
Right.
No, it'll be available everywhere. Yeah, it'll be available everywhere. Neutral, like my comment, neutral expression, Hush Soups for the win.
Yeah.
This is what everyone's been waiting for, right? Like people that couldn't get the gold label are like, well, I just wish he had a regular face. So he's going to make a lot of people happy. For sure.
I like this comment from Collector Fashion. Chill, Todd. You're worse than my child support.
Taking more money.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you just gave it a like. Just watch the heart go up.
That was great.
So is that really it?
I think that's enough. For God's sakes.
Yeah, I think we've touched
the page punchers.
Page punchers. That's my theme.
Here we are, guys.
I mean, I like the choices.
Great choices.
I think at first I was a bit hard on them.
Yeah.
But then when I got them in my hands, it's like, well, they are really like, they're teensy weensy. So they are pretty cool for what they are.
For what they are with the comic and the displayability.
I dig them.
Yeah. I dig them on your wall. You know, trying to get the comics out there to the masses. Always got to respect that.
No, you know what? Mine, little Robert can play with mine whenever he wants to. And they're perfect for Robert.
Yeah.
He loves them because they're so small.
I thought you were talking about Rob for a sec. Like you're calling
my youngest boy, Robert.
Sweet little Rob.
Yeah, he loves action figures. He's like him and my oldest boy are the 2 that play with action figures.
I think that's it for McFarlane, but there is the Mezco.
Oh, and there's Spin
So
Master
the Mezco, let's save that so when we actually get them, the Mezco.
Okay.
We got enough. Let's take a quick peek at Mezco. I think you're right. I'm sorry, Spin Master. Let's go to Spin Master.
Side note, is your Mezco Superman Man of Steel still processing?
Oh, indeed. It's been processing for like
that and the Batman.
Yeah, you're still processing. I actually ended up, I had another pre-order I made just in case. My beautiful wife is here with a cup of hot chocolate for me. Thank you, sweetness. I love you. Oh, look at that. Tactfully stays off camera. What was I saying? Oh, yes. I ordered another one from Big Bad Toy Store just in case, right? And it's probably going to get here before the one from Mezco because they just took the money today, and I guarantee it gets here first. I ordered 2 because I never know if I'm going to have like the Reeves Superman S. Remember how it was all screwed up? Yeah. I ordered,
The shiz is in the house.
Yeah, it's very odd the processing time for Mezco, right? Like they took my money a week ago, and it's like
dude, I paid for it up front, so
that sucks.
Yeah, I've just been waiting.
It's okay. We've been waiting 3 years. What's another few days, I guess. All right, Spin Master guys, what do we think about this little remote controlled Spin Master Batmobile?
Shut up and take my money. Sorry.
I mean,
I
I'm a
do
little
like-
yeah.
I like the charging station that's
Yeah.
kind of like a bat cave type thing
Super
with the
cool.
little
Got a
computer.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant.
That's a toygasm right there.
I don't know if I'm gonna get this or not. I got the BB-8 Spiro ball thing, and I used
Yeah.
it for about like 2 weeks, and then
Yeah.
it's been sitting in my room on the charger ever since. So I don't know if I'll be getting that, but it does look awesome.
The Spin Master, the Batman RC Batmobile, it's awesome. It's awesome for the price. Like this is going to be. There's more pictures you can see of this. It's gorgeous. Once you see more close-up images,
Well, yeah, like it lights
your
up.
maybe
it has
will
the
turn into
smoke.
like. Pardon?
It lights up. It like spits out smoke or whatever.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and the figure fits on the inside.
Does the base rotate? Yes, we both read that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Jinx, show me a beer.
I think it does.
That would be cool.
I wasn't gonna get the Spin Master stuff, but I need this, right? Even if you're not a Spin Master collector, like I haven't chased the last wave or two of the DC stuff. And this, I'm all over this Batmobile. I keep refreshing to wait for Amazon to have it available. They don't yet.
Ahsoka, are you buying the Fleischer Blu-ray?
I was thinking about it. I love the Fleischer cartoons.
Yeah,
The Superman.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it.
I'd like
Because
to. But
I have them on DVD, but the fact that they're like remastered,
yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Margaret labored with our first and second child to the Fleischer Superman cartoons. Like we put them on first, we put them on DVD, and they just like episode 1, and they just played. And so the whole time she was in labor, right, she'd be like, and I get the stopwatch out, and I'd be like, and it's timing it out, right? Max Fleischer's Superman cartoons were in the background, so like they have a special place for us. So I'll definitely be getting.
You definitely have to get those.
Yeah, definitely. Like they're like a piece of camp family history.
He's criticizing the wings on the side of his.
Okay, kid. Okay, listen. This is why we brought you here. We paid you. Now look happy. Show us your happy, excited face.
I gotta say, man, this Batwing looks pretty dope as well.
Now, how big is that Batwing? Does it say?
Yay.
Well, figures are this big.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not too big.
About that probably.
$25?
Yeah, I mean, if you want it to display, like that might be a good option.
I even like this.
They almost tread on the size of the Page Punchers, it seems.
Oh yeah,
but I guess they're bigger.
They're definitely bigger. Yeah, for sure. These are 4-inch figures.
I guess the shallow depth of field just kind of throws it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I love Spin Master. I've said it since the beginning. Spin Master, their target audience is definitely kids.
Yeah,
and they do a great job of making stuff for kids. I feel like they made way too much Black Adam stuff.
Yeah.
Considering kids
they went heavy on Black Adam.
Yeah, and kids weren't going to see Black Adam, not in general. But
yeah,
but their stuff that they make is so kid friendly. I love it. And they're Canadian, so I'll take that as well. A win for Canada.
It's like more grown up than Imaginext.
All right, my friends, we got about 10 minutes left, so we're gonna head on over to some comments, and questions from the chats. First up, Tyson, do we think there will be a Zod from McFarlane?
I don't think so.
No. I'm not holding out for it. I don't think so. If Wonder Woman gets released, they're not going to release her by herself, probably, right? There'll probably be a few other figures surrounding it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Or would they make her an exclusive, which means there wouldn't be any more?
I think they didn't release her just because, like, she was, I don't know, like one of those secret things. And then now that it's leaked, who knows?
I feel like I kind of concur with Rob. It doesn't feel like we get any like wave 2s. Like for the Batman movie, we did get a wave 2, but they were pretty much repaints or like what was wave 2? Was it repaints or was like
no? We had Drifter.
It was like 1.5.
Yeah, it's like 1.5, right? Something like that. So I would love to get a Zod though. I would love a Zod.
I feel like I'm gonna hold out hope for a Zod. I want the Zod.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they will do more DC movie figures. I think it's from the old school days.
Yes. Start hitting the past.
Do we think we'll get a Shazam family from McFarlane?
I don't think so. I think we would have gotten it by now.
No.
And like even with Mattel back in the day, they like downgraded, right? They had one Shazam figure, then they did the Shazam family at the smaller scale they were doing back then.
Yes.
They look great. They were great head sculpts on those.
It's oddly enough, side note, that video when I reviewed like all willy-nilly the Shazam family figures from Mattel, it's my #1 video.
No shit.
Yeah.
How many views does that have?
I don't know. Let's go and have a quick little check.
Let's go take a little look-see.
#1. Oh, hold on a second. I got to open up the page.
Oh, that's a good one.
We have search popular. Yeah, 3 years ago, 305,000 views.
Holy cow, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I just like threw it together. Like I tried to make it fun, but really I just threw it together. Like I didn't do the usual stuff I would do. Because I get stressed out when I have a bunch of figures to do sometimes. So I didn't do anything special. So listen, if we get another family, Shazam family, I'm definitely going to buy it because I maybe want to capture lightning in a bottle again.
Yeah.
But I don't think we will. Like I feel like even if Spin Master was going to do it, we would have seen them by now, right? So I don't think anyone's going to do it.
You should be opportunistic and do another updated video. And like
just see where it goes.
Yeah, I might. Actually, I was gonna dig up my Mattel figures and do a little post tomorrow for the movie. What are your guesses? Favorite things you saw tonight, and what's your least favorite? Oh, great question.
Yeah,
from the Geek Team. I would say my boy Michael Keaton. I mean, he's my Batman. He's the best Batman. Well, all right, Rob.
No, Keaton is definitely way up there.
Yeah.
I would have to. I would agree. I think that the Keaton figure is probably my most excited figure.
Yeah.
That and the Batwing and Batmobile is kind of like all up there. My least favorite thing probably would be the Dark Flash.
Yeah.
I'm the same. There's nothing new to add here. That Keaton Batman, because Keaton was my first Batman. He's like, I feel like a better representation of Batman.
He wasn't our first Batman.
No, he was my first movie. He was my first movie Batman, right?
Yeah, unless you don't count like the '66 movie.
I don't really count that. I know it's technically you should, but like I don't know.
It was a big TV episode to me.
Right.
I loved it, but it was big TV. It had a slightly better budget, right, for doing other things. They can invest in shark repellent bat spray.
Yeah.
You know. But should McFarlane split the multiverse line into movie figs, comic figs, and toon figs? Would love a Chris Reeves Superman. I don't think they'll ever do that.
No, I don't think they need to do that because Mattel didn't even do that. I mean,
they kind of are already doing it in a sense with the we have the multiverse, we have the Batman 66 ones, we have Page Punchers, we have DC Direct. You know,
so, but technically the 66 is not part of the multiverse,
right?
His 7-inch scale figures, he's already explained to him that is like the fact that it's the multiverse. That's why he went with it, so that he could do characters from all over wherever he felt like. You know, he made that pretty much known in the first place by doing animated Superman and Batman and regular Batman and Superman from the comics in the same wave. So
and I prefer it that way. I do like having a mix of different.
He won't differentiate the lines though, like in the 7-inch scale. I don't think he'll do that.
It'd be interesting though. I would like it just because of, you know, I toss all the packaging, chuck. I would love to see like DC movie packaging, DC like comic book art packaging. Like that'd be fun.
Yeah. I think. Side note, maybe it is time for a packaging upgrade.
I think so.
You know, the black is sleek, but
I would love to see like some McFarlane original art on the packaging. You know, like you have Todd McFarlane, dude.
Yeah,
give us some Todd art. You know,
he should do the Todd McFarlane Superman with the Todd McFarlane art on the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pack said, do you think that McFarlane Toys will continue the animated line, or do you think they were a one-off? I don't know. I would like to say yes, that they are going to.
Are we talking about? Hold on. Are we talking about the
DC
redos of the DC Direct?
Yeah, I think if we do get them, they're probably going to be cell shaded just to differentiate them.
Yeah.
They did have ones that were made. I think the molds were at least made, so we might get those figures. I don't know if they're going to continue the line or not, but
I believe
there's always hope. I believe
he will. You know why I think he will?
They're popular, right?
Yes. The market segment is too huge for him to pass it up. It's too huge, right?
Yeah.
So I fully believe he will. At first, I didn't know what the question was. I thought maybe he was talking about, the animated Flash, Cyborg, Superman, Batman, John Stewart in that vein from the regular line. And then I clued in that you guys were talking about basically continuing or redoing the DC Direct stuff. Yeah. Essentially, DC Collectibles.
Josh, yeah,
I definitely agree. Will be.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. Especially like the constructs that you could do so much. I mean, just do like the weapons pack, but just like in translucent plastic green. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
We got time for one more question or comment, and I'm going to leave it to the DC Comics fan who missed some of the show. Have you pre-ordered the Flash movie wave? Yeah, quite a bit. And we spent a lot of money today.
Yeah,
some of it. And I spent all my money today.
Yeah. It was a rough day. It was a great day, but man, I would have liked to, I can't even say I wish I had spaced it out a little bit. Like the Batwing would have been great like 2 months from now as a new just to save
like when the movie actually hits.
Yes.
There's always something though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Right? There's always something that you're juggling. I mean, just with DC can be expensive. Like this month, there's supposed to be 2 Mafex, I believe, that are coming out. And also the Beast Kingdom Dark Side is supposed to come out. Superman, Batman, you got the McFarlane. Like, it's an expensive ass month. And then there's going to be something next month. So if you put off the Batwing, not only sometimes you miss things because they sell out, but then there's something else to buy, right?
Always.
There's always something else to purchase like that. I feel overwhelmed sometimes because I am very compulsive and obsessive over things.
And you buy a lot of stuff non-DC too still, right, Brad? You have your other lines you collect?
It depends if I have the cash. Like you guys know, I bought that.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
I buy the Joes and stuff like that as they come out. I don't buy the NECA Turtles anymore because I can't afford them, right? But still, the Super 7 Turtles, yes, I still get those as they come out. Try to collect as much of the Thundercats as I can. Yeah, so it's like it's first world problems, right? I shouldn't really be complaining about it, but as someone who's a collector and very obsessive, it definitely can be like, oh my god.
What's helped me is I stopped buying a lot of old DC Direct and DC Universe Classics.
Yeah, that has also helped me too. So thank you.
Yeah, that's not even on the list anymore.
I see stuff. I'm like, oh man, that is so good. And then
exactly. I'm glad I'm helping people. All right, guys, that's a wrap for the show. Once again, to all our friends in the chat, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching.
Thank you everybody who came.
Thank you.
It means a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
Any parting words, fellas?
Keep your stick on the ice.
Oh, go. Go for it, Brad.
Keep your stick on the ice and always wear your cup. Yeah.
Guys, dollars to donuts.
Dollars to donuts.
Dollars to donuts.
Great stream,
and
guys.
Get out there and make some more money because you spent a lot today.
That's right.
There it is. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone in the chat. And have a good St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And I want to dedicate the show to our favorite ginger, Brad.
Oh.
You're too kind, fellas. I'm very
boys.